Hey guys, BBI here. I want to stop and say thanks for tuning in and checking out whatever the video is about that's about ready to come up next. If you could take a minute and hit subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, make sure to hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate your support. Anyhow, guys, all that aside, let's get on with the show. Look at what we got here. Got ourselves an original Carl built 2x4. But somebody's put their fingers in it to try and make it do more than what it was supposed to do, and it went in the opposite direction. Okay, so let's run around the lap real quick. 1,000 watt slugging PEP, 1,000 watt slugging average, 5 watt slugging reverse, back from bird, 10,000 watt dummy load. We're running 2950 with the 5 watt slug between the 2950 and, of course, the old Carl built xforce. So now the on-off switch is chooched, so I've had to go in here and jumper it. So let's take that out. Hello, 20 watts of drive. Faster tune. Hello, pretty good. Okay, so let's go back down in here and son of a bitch. Okay, there we go. Smells like baby farts. Okay. 20 watts drive. Hello. 800 watts output power. Our input, SWR. Hello. Full watt. We're going to change that, and we're going to make this thing scream. So give me just a few minutes, and we'll be back. You guys are going to get a kick out of this. So I changed some parts and added a few. And I went in here and I, did my thing to it. I took the 140 puff off of here, changed the number of turns in the 2-pill section so that it was correct. Got rid of the voltage divider they put on the input drive. Got rid of the driver over here. Upgraded to power wire. Cleaned everything. Filled it full of 5 watt resistors. Took the fan completely apart, flipped it over, made it so it was pushing air in instead of pulling air through. Cleaned the fan, cleaned the cabinet, cleaned everything. You guys are going to be amazed how well this works. Okay, so let me show you drive. Nothing's changed on the bench. Still a 1,000 watt slug and peak, 1,000 watt slug and a half, 5 watt slug and reverse. 5 watt slug set between the RCI 2950 and, of course, the 2x4 on the bench. Here's the same amount of drive. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Okay. Pass through tune. Hello, 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 hello. Remember, we were doing a meager 800 watts peak and about 210, 220 watts average power bird. So if we achieve one more watt than that, that means we've done some kind of improvement. Hello. So we picked up full 200 watts output on the peak meter. Hello. Full 120 watts bird. My way works better. Still what it is. 2 Toshiba 2290s driving 4 Toshiba 2879s. Carl built box. And I'm not even ashamed. I used to own a 2x4 Carl built box and a 16 pill that was in a 24 pill cabinet, which I turned into a 24 pill, then robbed the transistors and transformers out of it and built my first 32 pill with. And then I robbed the transistors and transistors out of that, and I built my very first 48 pill with that. And then I robbed the transistors and the transformers out of that and built my very first 64 pill with that. So originally, all the way back at the very end, somewhere in the mix of that, there was a little bit of xforce parts in my very first really big pill box I ever built. Needless to say. Been in a couple amplifiers since then. And built a couple amplifiers since then. This way works better. Pulls less amperage because there's not so many restriction points inside. Box runs cooler. This has got the Evercool fan in it, and like I said, flipped it over, runs way cooler. I didn't have to do anything with the input tune. By simply changing this capacitor and changing the number of turns here and changing the output tune, the input tune fell down perfectly flat and in resonance. Now, that's with 25 watts of drive. So if we were to hit it harder with like a 35 or 40 watt radio, we'd see more performance out of this, but we're at 14 volts right now at the moment. Let me show you what it's pulling for amperage. Right at 100 amps. I'm going to put the lid on this. Let's have some fun. Hold on a second. Okay, so now we're on the bench 1000 amp power supply. We're at 14.97, just under 15 volts. And watch what it does. 400 bird. And right at, if not to exceed, 1000 watts. So now, reach down here. I swear to God, when I built this, I thought, man, I'll be able to get down here and just hit that with my foot. Okay, we're gonna go to 15.9 volts, so we've gone up a volt. Look at the peak numbers. 1 volt makes a huge difference, doesn't it? Alright, so we're going to take this up to 2x. 1200 watts. Shall we go up? Let's go up. Okay, 16.92. 16.92. 14 and some change. Still about 400 bird. So that's the technology that gets motor mall guys in trouble. You start cranking the voltage up, you get a couple more watts. That's about all we're going to do with it. Alright, so we seem to do 1400 watts peak power. Should I? Yeah, I'm gonna. Let me get the derail radio out. Hold on. Okay, so let's start over here. We're on the derail radio, dead key in about a watt. 22 watts in peak. 10 or 11 bird, runs 14.72, close enough. There's our 1000 peak. 550 bird. It's amazing. Picked up 150 watts just by changing radios. Isn't that amazing how that works? Let's get up there about 15.9. That was our last test point. 15.9. Of course it disappears. Go up to 2x, now it's reading as a 2000 watt slug. And our nice solid 1200 again. Just a hair over 600 bird. So we picked up 50 bird by going up a volt. Gotta be really careful what I do, because the derail radio, we're hyper saturating the parts here. 700 bird. About 13 and some change peak power. BBI. BBI. That's a solid 700 bird too. BBI. It ain't worth it. I'm gonna smile and walk away. So guys, look. I don't want to keep this. I took this in on trade. So the reason I cleaned it up and I'm sitting here playing with it is I technically own this thing. I don't want to keep this. It's got the good Chinese parts in it. It's got all the right parts in all the right places. It was built by Carl. That means the heat sinks longer. That means the board's thicker. The cabinet's made of better material. It's got the real normal headed size screws on it. It's got actually American-made variables in the front. All the capacitors inside are metal clad. There's big differences between A and B. So I feel pretty comfortable asking $700 for this. Give me a shout. This thing's for sale. Xforce BBI rebuilt old school Carl box. Obviously doing the watts. Give me a ring, shoot me a text. I'll change the label on the video as soon as the amp sells. Gentlemen, my name is BBI. And without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Come check us out. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. And if you like what you've seen here, take a minute and click subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification button. That way you all can follow along. I gotta go, guys. I got a bunch of stuff I gotta do this weekend, and it's already 2:30 in the morning. Bump, bump from the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Your friend in the corner. I'll see you. Click, click.